handle the situation?
It's
What's my right?
Honestly, it depends on you, the person. Your rights as a U.S. citizen is that you're not obligated to answer any question. You're not obligated to show them anything. That's your right. But the flip side also is that it's up to you to handle the situation the way you see best, right? There's a concept that says, comply and then, challenge it after that. You can't fight, God forbid, but you can't fight from the grave. And see, if Bibi Kosia and something, it escalates, yes, you have your rights. And as an attorney, I would say, assert your rights, but you are the one that knows what's going on in that situation. So if you feel intimidated or you feel anxious and truly, you have maybe your driver's license on you, or you have something that you are the one that knows what's going on. You are a citizen and now you are a green card holder and you just want to appease them so they'll leave you alone. It's up to you to do that. But legally, you're not required.
Something on the theory? Is it gone? Go and check again.
Okay, so Midasima Papa, thank you so much. So before me call into other aspects of the immigration issues, so if I say be a meaning krata, okay, I'm not meaning krata, meaning green card holder, or I'm not a citizen. What should I do? At this very panic states, it's all over the news because people are very worried, people are very scared, they don't even know what to do, how to handle the situation. What do I do? And if I meet an ICE person, how do I handle the situation?
So if you're undocumented, you want to at least have access to a lawyer that you can contact in case anything happens.
Okay.
Right. You also want to be able to have someone like a standby person who that person has their documents. So BBC, you can call them. Okay, I think it was 2 days ago. I have a client called Brazil, or a green card holder, but she's afraid to come back into the country, even though she has a document. And see, she sent me an email saying, okay, I think the 20th, or free. She's entering through JFK airport, and she's designating Nick Nune Nadam for BBC. And so that's something you can do. If you have a lawyer and you're undocumented, and maybe you're in the process of getting your documentation, file it, but it hasn't come through yet. Make sure that you at least have your lawyer's phone number, or at least some email, or even if not you yourself has a lawyer's phone number, your family member. Because if you are detained for any reason, you will ultimately have a chance to contact somebody. And the person you contact should be able to contact a lawyer on your behalf. Right, and the person also wants to know the person where they are keeping you, right? That way we know, because if I have a person's first and last name, I know you're trying to say the Minister of Finance that was detained recently. His name is a very public name. I typed his name to the system, and before the news publicized it, I knew exactly what detention center they were keeping him in. So if you have the person's first and last name, and I know say Ghana for we have nicknames, your birthday will be John, but they didn't be before. Wayne, but they didn't be before. And find somebody in the corner, you have to trust them and give them your actual what is in the system, because say you're Chewa, and we know say your friend with John, but the system know your friend will Bibi Kwame Dieng and see. One friend lawyer or culture lawyer say, okay, I chimney madam for the day then. What made him say the day John? But means me, I can't ask the lawyer. No, I can't search John in the system. I need his first name, his last name, and then what country he's from, because there's a specific site that we can enter that in to see where he's located. And from there on, the lawyer can contact the detention center to see how we can go about helping the person.
Okay, thank you so much for that very information. International say. The process said may change the status. That means that technically I have a lawyer. So should anything happen, I can easily contact the lawyer. What about I haven't started yet because so what should I do? I have not started. Maybe I don't even have the money to start yet.
Mechanism said prevention is better than cure, right?
Okay.
So if you have not been detained yet, and you won't be detained. But it's better to have someone on standby. Right. So my firm, we have a program. It's like subscription based. Maybe you haven't hired us to work on your case, but you want to be able to access me, say, local grocery shopping, and then God forbid, ICE Chewa, you can at least contact me, and then we can start. I can jump in and start the process there. But if you're not part of that subscription base, yesterday, because ICE they won't give me any information. There's no documentation on file saying you've authorized me to help you and that. So right now, if you haven't started anything and you're also undocumented, find a lawyer, right? At least someone on standby, and engage them. Like I said, we have that service where you can be on subscription based. BBC, you're parts of us. You're not a direct client, but you're at least parts of us. So I can do something, or just contact another lawyer and say, hey, I'm here undocumented, or whatever the situation is. BBC, can I call you? Some lawyers may say no unless there's a contract, but it all depends. So the best thing I would say is have someone on standby. Yeah.
Okay. Papa, thank you so much for that. I think, sir, we might need one whole show purposely for this immigration discussion. But just because of the way things are going, we decided to just come with some type of education and then we go from there. So maybe you might give us the opportunity so we can have a proper conversation from A to Z, not just with the eyes, but as in terms of to changing our status and stuff like that. So maybe person say maybe say or anybody has any question. Dr. Santa Afeso, Anefi, any of you have any question for lawyer for me?
No, okay, bro. I can't in area.
Okay. Yeah, also. Yeah, I'm so me too. Who mute? Okay. I'm going to
Mama lawyer.
Yes.
Good. My papa a lawyer, my papa a lawyer, and I'm a lawyer for some fun.
Okay.
Lady come me boy about so. Yeah. Now me pese who explain bibi kakra ema ye ne achieve for say ye kase obi undocumented. Who are those people who are undocumented?
So good question. So anyone who's here and you've overstayed your authorized period of stay. Okay, not the visa, but the authorized period of stay. So if you come, I'll use visitor's visa as an example because that's what most of our people come into the country with. They've given you 5-year multiple entry. It expires 2031. Okay. You're undocumented the moment you are here more than 6 months, because the visitor's visa allows you to stay 6 months, just 6 months. So if you enter January 1st, by June 1st, you should be gone. If you stay here June 2nd, you are technically overstayed your welcome and you're considered undocumented because you don't have any documentation to essentially prove why you should still be here. That's one. There are also those who have entered maybe through Mexico and not Canada. I've met a few Ghanaians who have, I think, entered through Ecuador and then have maneuvered and they've entered through the border either in Texas and down south. They are considered undocumented because they have no sort of documentation. Or they didn't come through the front door. They didn't ask for permission to enter the country. So those are the people who are considered undocumented. Anyone who doesn't have official documents showing that they are supposed to be here lawfully.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
So I
guess the mechanism me busana says, I've noticed that in Minnesota, this is where I saw the TikTok video from. But even the real ID, no crowd we are holding, no, real IDs to hold. Even when you show them real ID, no crowd, they're still asking you questions about your real ID. So in this case, what do we do? Because even US of Americans, Americans are even being questioned about their citizenship. It's documented. Should we carry our whole documents that we have? And that's the same.
Honestly, it's a situation because legally, as a citizen, you don't have to show that you're anything. Just simply saying I'm a citizen is enough. Now, real ID, it's more so for the purposes of travel. And I say that because a person who's a green card holder could get a real ID. So just having a real ID doesn't mean that the person's a citizen. So it could also be why sometimes they don't really take that for anything, because if you have lawful status, you can get a real ID.
Okay.
You don't need to be a citizen to get a real ID. That's one. Two, actually, I'll say it's a case by case assessment, honestly. If you want to stand for me, for example, I'm an attorney, so God forbid, but if you stop me and ask me questions, I can lay out the law, right? If it comes down to the person, if you feel as though you are nervous and give them what you desire to give in that moment. If you are a green card holder, I say I'm a green card holder, here's my green card. They might leave you alone. But I want to also say that context is very important in this situation, in the sense that most of the things we are seeing now is in Minnesota, right? This administration seems as though they are hopping from state to state. Again, by God's grace, I haven't heard that in Massachusetts. God forbid it won't happen here. It started, California, then they got kicked out of California. Now it's Minnesota. So if you are not in any states like that, I would say that you should be fine. But it all comes down to you, the individual, what your priority is at that moment. I will say, unfortunately, it's like, when Black people were being stopped by the police and were being shot and things of that sort, right? The general advice that people were giving was comply, get home alive, and then you can fight it tomorrow. And so I would say in that same vein, because the way that some of these ICE officers are escalating, I would rather you comply and fight tomorrow and sue them and maybe pay off your student loans that way than to fight and challenge and it escalates and then God forbid, a life is lost.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
And I say, so I come say a brain yes, I think we might have to arrange and have a time, just as I said earlier on, and we'll have a full session. We give you the whole floor, then give us all the education. But before you leave, now if you open out my me I mean in Krata, me I mean Shasia, me I'm your sisters, me I'm your green card holder. If you open out me I met me the woman tomorrow so that I can go with.
So you're a green card holder. If you're eligible for citizenship, contact a lawyer, let them assess and apply for citizenship. That's I would say, ultimate protection. And no crowd knows to see how you're hearing things in the news. And see if U.S. citizens are being questioned, how much more a green card holder? And I say that because, especially in my Ghanaian community, you're 10 years, Meanwhile, that's not the end. It doesn't give you full protection. So see, God forbid, if you commit a crime and you are a green card holder, you're going to immigration courts, right? But if you're a U.S. citizen, that might not be the case. And so if you're a green card holder and you are eligible, consider talking to a lawyer and say, okay, this is how I got my green card. Do you think I should apply for citizenship? That's one. Two, if you have a green card and you committed a crime, whether and 2 years ago, 4 years ago, travel is something you want to assess. I had a conversation with a Nigerian, I think Thursday. Nigeria. I told them, is it someone dying? Is it a wedding? It's the way. This is not a time to say me person me trying to make up. Assess the situation so that before you go, especially if you have a criminal history. U.S. citizens, again, the law. This is your homeland. Now you're not, whether you're born here or you are naturalized. No, this is your homeland, and the law says you don't have to prove that you are a citizen, but also assess the situation for your own safety. So please be mindful of where you go. Be mindful of what you do. Whatever you do, try not to have any, if I say, engagements with police enforcement. I'm not saying ICE, but your local law enforcement. So when you say we need driver's license, I will drive and patrol drive here. Okay, it's the tail lights. If it's gone out, go and get it fixed. You don't want to put yourself in the limelight. And I'm saying that because being undocumented, it's not a death sentence. I know they're making it seem it's not like that. It's not like that. So I'll leave it there for now.
Okay. Lawyer, but as our contact information and so be here. Na wafrel na yenye me kasa question be I'll put it aside because very important, but we'll deal with that next time.
Oh, no problem. So my phone number is 508 Massachusetts. But I'm all over the world. And yeah, I'm Massachusetts only. 508-439-4445. And see, number is 508-439-4445. With me for any time, we'll be there answer. We'll be our questions.
Paper champs the last was a 35 or 45. Last
445.
45.
445. Yeah.
Matia, so Papa. Thank you so much for that way to me and send me to me. Okay, so thank you so much.
My pleasure. All right, bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yo, everything for where you are, but I do me as I be ye better come up and our team. Lawyer, other questions be mine concerning this immigration issue. In the Mkroma, now I've been come see, you don't even know what to do. Quickly, first on our agenda, your friend is saying, Maslock, boss. Is it America say, you're born in America? Kenoforiata, so I want some ban say, now why you overstay? Oh, America. And now your day a coffin to me, Mr. Say, so say, Uncle, when you overstay, let's just say, Uncle Ghana, concerning his issue here now, Uncle Wowy. But mention here, when is a doctor, Zanga, mention saying through.
More to say, and I'm saying,
Anyway,
a low Muslim Santinama. Anyway, I can for a town or in December, Beba. Honestly speaking, I honestly don't know what is going on with Kenofori Atadieno. I honestly feel says something is fishy.
yeah,
Something is going on, but I don't know what it is. I'm trying to lay a finger on that. His arrest with ICE, meaning say a planting, and that's something that like because Kromwadie, ICE bet you, I don't know, like.
So my main clear because maybe a bit the report about last week from SP, which is a special prosecutor and attorney general side, almost say because of extradition, and then now man almost me however, another report about this week which say ne visa a year overstay, like I say be a man point of entry na pa anything you fan. So you don't even know, say, answer no say SP ni AJ no almost ye ejuma nanga. Does that clear that for you?
As for that information, they me what did that I know. I know, say, almost in the visa trim. I know all this information, but what I'm saying is that I would say America Kumwa, na say visa etrimwa. Yebechwa, not just say anamombia wu ankasa wetua. Ebi a one calculating a year, entering a chun, and I say ye be so. So first of all, no, Kenoforiata no visa no. Was he still living in baby I know catch him so na I nim so send visa atwam and I said indeed on person beba Ghana baby otino ko be change location. So I'm just ice for you then on that's what I'm trying to say. Omuye then on change. Aha, ko ma the ice be chinwa we pia bontin asem bi esi wo ye adwuma mo pie ho wo drive wo mo achi. What happened? Kenoforiata tifia na ice for baba chin na what I say, we I don't know. I really want to know how this happened. I feel that I don't know. I honestly don't. Everything I say on one Kenoforiata on the side, ebia say ice achino there, and the ice achino more releasing no mood in asem into the extraditing a ditina ye. You see what I'm going? Not just say our plan, our strategy. Ice achino and they are no mood deport you. But Ghana buying also no America buying pressure. The reason why the government of Ghana and Niabre say Achin Abu Trika say Oye 419 ye didn't sometimes dina kwa America for no. Ye treaty or money America for say ye in term for no America for because ye also ye road America I say omudine brain. Internet I had to say I just said tit for tat what you say. We have to do something to keep Oforiata in America. And one is on one fan who come eyes say me visa trim. What you say? And as on one ye be enchino, say me visa trim. Wafa lawyer, a very prominent lawyer. You be dinasam. Okay, ni visa trim ni achino. Nti eguso aye di nasem. Why you need immigration so court e wo krom a. Ebi wa 2 years kra na endi wasem wie. Ebi kra 3 years, 5 years kra na endi wasem. And ice betumi achi no wa for lawyer no. Then you turn it into asylum seeking. Say, me ana be de me ho aba. Me visa twem but ko na me nko ye no. The reason is say me ko am be prosecute me wrongly. Oh, I'm tata me. And until me ma me visa twem no. Into me gina so to apply for asylum. Obenya na waka. Into no a strategy. I don't know. It could be that strategy. It could also be someone or careless. Any action. But how's ice be musa what's here near Babachon? Into no, I don't understand that one until I understand whatever is going on. I'll just reserve my comments later and we'll talk about it.
But as Papa, I'll reserve my comment later and we'll talk about it. And then we'll come back to Tamaklo's issue. Anevi. What me to? You are me to yeah. What me to?
Oforia tadi no. Now Dr. Kabibi say on yes, who reason and answer come fast. So I think it's a very valid question. The Koreano may share that in the real facts on how or more a channel, but the only
that's right.
thought I mean was say he went for an immigration appointment, and that is why the source say in the document, Atuchi man so Ghana so no or case or yeah under investigations or Ghana. Now say yeah arresting until share most of the ICE arrests now. The brain yeah more call immigration interviews and immigration appointment. Now ICE associate more in na so mistake be wa maybe a chomoye bibi say na ya found. Those are the key people are Sisia Minoka say, yeah, apart from or yet criminal target, yeah, sure. Do on months or no, I be maybe a chum, but personally, no, and then also call immigration because the minimum immigration appointment every 3 months, yeah, due to status on the back room. I do every 3 months, you do every 6 months, do so every year. We are more so visit. Sano be say, can Oforiata immediate term not a US citizen, but Oba Ghana na Obepe finance minister Edino or the citizenship network. Into Oba back to the US now. Elections are ya to Aba or Ghana, the party and winner. Untimi Wenya Dibre as finance minister again. He wanted to readjust the status back to the citizenship. So that is where they were working on. Until say there was a video by who said, "My name say AI, AI no. Am I intimate engineer be brandy?" Who said he was being sandwiched by 2 ICE officials. That tells you say he was arrested and he's being taken to custody. So with that video, personally to me, I would be a bit cautious in discussing that or authenticating because of the AI system as it's a rule the whole. On another angle, so you see a chicken of reactor fire. But if you go back to Ghana, Mitie Ghana and Penifona, especially his political party, the NPP, it seems like they are not talking about it. It seems like they don't even care. Until a say, hey, and I am Pasa Papano, Yachina na. The Omo Kenya serving Futu no move to a Guyeni. And even the government may mention that your official statement from Ghana say and foreign affairs minister make a statement and I say OSP I'm making official statement and I say press conference say Ghana for Ufuriata and then America for second or detention will stay to America. We are working with American authorities to release the said person to us. Maybe at this duration, Munya Betre. Mention that your official communication coming from the Ghana department. So that tells you, say, and he may be so. So if it is indeed Operator has been arrested in the US, I want the NDC government comes out with an official news, official. There should be a press conference. No more educated Ghana for news and America by Ekutano. into ABI and your mood in South. So I'm repairing almost the name Maya, and then the back gun, no, I face charges. Not many are Sanka can be said. If we are tablet to me, so I'm making cases said, or call Ghana on your say, and you know, and also bet to me, I'm man fundamental right on human right. Into how say I tell you the number call Ghana extradition ain't easy. A bit may take years, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and then I didn't know. I was so much you and more than more neither Yenya Papa no Ghana because Papa Ghana for Yeniano. It's an say, Katas, she said, any dream will be a home kitamodiano. If you say, the side for one and Sabo, which was so back Ghana. So I want them to come out with an official statement. And not meet me a GD or the Omoyed.
Did I say, oh, submission, but I'm say, you know what can I say from official? Even we call BBC, BBC has even reported for his detention with the US. And I'm saying last week, so Joy FM. And so last week, that day, Naomi reported, say, as I think it was Attorney General and SP for now, the Honor mobile car, someone can say, because of the extradition in see, and now. And son and you US and buying. So it's like I said the move to foot right there. Every any bizarre. But that's a papa that young quay name. I'm saying Oba Ottoman. Okay, I'm so bad, you know, I know my member back now and share and fra. I feel so sa chichi master lock. Former boss. Also so Yensa Kano. But Anna says because me, I don't even think NDC they are even doing any prosecution, no, because she won't to me, I don't even know where we are going with this very case. And then Uforiata, we don't even know. AG by there's a lot of cases. Your friend is saying SNIT, a national service, even the national service case. Up to now, I don't even know what's going on. Is this NDC? You know, they are just at the end of the day, you know, 2 foot robin you know, for Ghanaians to know. So, Juma, or it's just they actually determined to make sure they prosecute people who are consume the Abanisika. Dr. Mamrao.
Politics and Kasano, a certain complex entity or situation or issue to talk about. I try as much as I can to avoid politics, but some people look up to us to help them to understand some things that are happening, appropriate for us to once in a while, you touch base on politics, into the way very much appropriate. Into the way my man started, Enfi said nam tamaklu, lady and so Maslock boss, lady and so let me trickle down to whether NDC is doing what they are supposed to do or not. Said, yeah, because I say here, we are talking about Uforiata.
Yeah.
I'm trying to connect some dots. It might make sense to some people, it might not make sense to some people. That's fine. NDC Enia break, trying to bring Uforiata down to come and answer some questions of corruption. Oma try, and papa, what do I say? Because Uforiata, as you know, it's sebi, Uska. Sika bona home, wabe pebi egu no home, and all connections. I mean, Minister of Finance. What are you talking about? Sika Ghana in an ekra. What do I say? The NDC is trying to bring this guy down. Now, a section of the country, politically, a section of the country say, a witch hunt on your head and a muchesino. So NDC to prove say, yeah, we are not doing this because of political reasons, They have to prove to say, first of all, no, I said, I didn't can share no. What do you say? Me hwie bi anom akira wo say nsan poison nim. Pepe into no yanom. Eno nso sinti na yenhwie nsan mo bi. What happened? Oh, sorry. Let me finish this one and we'll talk, okay? Help a bit. Me. Yeah. Into no the dots I'm trying to connect in say. Said in Tamaklu, what's not brochire? We don't have a shop brochire that. Ebana saying, and went to me and Yamayanchi said Nam Tamaklu. What does he? But Ofrata de by extradition, Ebe Muya, said Nam Tamaklu. It's not making sense to me. It's not making sense to me. Intino, to me, oh yeah, I think say the NDC is trying to prove say yeah dear Kurampuni Yechi sooner than Abba. Intanya Wichan. Inti they are trying to make it very difficult for opposition to say can Ofrata the and which hands. How are you going to say it? Yeah dear no ye be Musi Diska Intino Yakochino Yadinaba. Into Ofrata na Yakochina Abano and your political. Your friend saying,
leadership by example. Leadership by example.
Thank you. Into accountability. And to say, what do Baby Jammy? Nan call two Nina, no more Korean Quemun warrior. Me medin kind Eddie about Bomediana. Namidi about El Bowodia, Untminkasa, because me discipline no favoritism. This is exactly what I think is happening.
Okay.
Suddenly, no. Maslot leader, the boss, you know. To be honest with you, for a very long time, granted case where because let me say I have court case Suddenly, after America, as a law, some a police were, some can do a cry between Achimani. Yachio for Riatano, any 2 weeks in po. Yes, see, Achitama close.
Yes, I said just last week here, last week Monday was I didn't yet see
last week here.
And it's just a week here now, no say Achino.
Good. Into to me, you know, from Niamania, Yen I Kawa, Pepe, Binio, say, be clear, be Yen Tebibiase. Something is fishy.
Okay.
And yet clear to us, into no. Ono no, Sam Maslok leader, no, I don't understand. I don't understand. Now, no, Mentibi Biase, into no. Back to Ghana, whether NDC is doing whatever they are supposed to do or not. Politicians in Yunano, are we midfielders?
Okay.
Are we defensive midfielders? What they are saying, defensive midfielder, and say, oh no, about midfielder at the same time, so support a defense.
Defenders, yeah.
What they are saying, so he's right in front of the central forward. What they are saying, and on a chess or no on your defender, on also on your striker.
Yeah.
On no Genefifi. And also supply ball no or the call left, no supply, no the call right. Into no, San is NDC, no. Into no, you can blame them. You can blame them at the same time, and also you can also give them some, cut them some slack. And they said, "You're too abansoma, baby, so bebu my ear." The task is not just to come and chase people for Ghana's money.
Okay.
Into divide it. No, baby. Part of Abaino. Making sure say Ghana for papa part of Abino is making sure say Ghana people are safe in the night when they are sleeping. Part of the government is making sure say school for to go school. Part of the government and so on is to make sure say obi we di Ghana skebi and so on onfe bimra. Inti to me gina ba akoso. Enfen kire say oye adwuma na say onye adwuma. Ese kani nyina bom. Na yetumi ejage say at this point or Boyjuma and I said on Boyjuma. Into San and make me account that side.
But that's it. Yeah.
I didn't on the part of the lady said in now. And also I'm saying we be my drink a crack or so social media. Okay. Also people who say ya chinam pa among your location. Yeah, but no, business and me post. No, somebody also asked, say, other than all stress are, I know will be editor comment and as I say, detention almost say you did not got to know. Another answer media outlet do Ghana so every people say and you know correct. Now, detention, my investigation, yes, only ho. So no so no emu nhyɛ da nda hɔ sɛ yɛakye no sɛ yɛnkye no emu nhyɛ da nda hɔ. Those are the things I make I say. And then the ban is aba ne mba bonten meye official press conference and state because I'm on idea of your press conference. I'm idea on now that I actually will be I know the amount out of press conference now. I did because that is where we can ask them questions. Say, yeah, channel or that state be. And then I'm more yafa ne extradition to the country. Sabumano or call if you Ghana call US. I think it's more than 4 years. I think so. But so sure. OSP and also about Ufuri Atadiana Tamano Furiata Echo for. They were consistently hating him, say, Umbra, no mean, no, Cramujira declare no, sorry, figurative.
Yeah.
It is only in Ghana now. Me say if somebody is a figurative, right? To me, say, Obi a ya channel, our prison. Now we're Johnny, and our cells, no, we're Johnny. And no, you're figurative, and I'm a buana. I think that to my understand, that is what I mean. But Oforiata, yan chain the Ghana, on Johnny free, a jail be an answer be a Ghana, and I say, our country be a Tiadana, yet plus to find a figurative. You know, Omo money may be a yes, I say, Omo the Omo. And I don't want to believe that. I know that they are very competent, they know what they are doing. But because of the system we live in Ghana now, there was loopholes or system. That's why sometimes Omo apply sa loopholes no. A command pennyphobia be warm on some. Nanke no one say na ambe say Oforiata na or your finance minister. Now with disika. Na buy NPP a buy at nasu 8 years. Omo who say infumsobia on. It takes a different political party to come into power. No nube who say bibi that na sa time no. Sa OSP no anya MPP time no also. Ufosuja ajabion the friend say ajabion is one hwan. MPP time no ni ho.
No.
So no ho. Enti DNC kwan at that time no one timi anya investigation no Ghana no finance minister no one timi anya nhwema hu so papa na disca until say na by free so ansana Ufosu ajabion so wan be hu say Oforiata disca. And the country no one can grow. Too much, and it is not helping the country. Our personal interest. Why you OSP for 8 or 4 years under the same political party now? Papa no etiswa with this anyamrasem. One to me a hungry or free. A banso got na America, they appear a master to say, why am from some Ghana and me now? Never been insisted to Papa. But I say.
And never be NCC so papa. When a new man who are cost of Ghana, man, way a coffee, showbiz, and I will hear something. I know so bet to me the adventure at the Abba, Nabi to me, Akoso, one year canina at the amount. I bet me on Akano, coffee spotlight, our Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and I tweet. I face on if you had football channel on Sabet me, I can't hold me to me. Quickly, no, Yemra na Yemma Meshe, the Ghana near your one second our bronze, which Amana me who's our video and I was asking say, what exactly did this guy do to this very guy or this kind of one? Because all your video now, we want to say now idea ni panibasi, no basi way you do this kind of war Ghana, you know, ebe pemono. Now over pem na me twa you still decided to attack me. Now because I said yeah, Obi no share that share no matter what you cannot even explain without very exactly what happened. But remember, doctor, I don't know
okay.
That video no.
Oh, my video stories may follow up.
Now, what was going through your mind? Then na cause what you.
Yo, thank you. Yeah, to say. I want those who are watching us to, especially those from northern part of America, North America, to understand say majority of the unprovoked, cases like me see on Yanere or Connie Baby, And I'm and I want to say, I stable we couldn't free. We didn't know baby. I didn't casada. Majority of cases like this one, and no, and a mad. In fact, mad people in America don't walk around stabbing people. Now, most of them know a gang-related initiation cases.
Okay.
What do you say? Maybe I lived with a friend.
President.
Yes. Now I see Canadian me and he say Oba no buy enche or a security guard or no so appoint you masa anti no I so gina traffic a bus stop. Mu nyina no nipa bebre wo ho nya no nko bebre mo pe bus. Na ojina ona no wan hu hwe ni oti ya ni say obi finachi e de sekan abewo nechi.
Hey.
And the second one or the second one we are no dimrike dwane. Any moja to no and up till now our ba nensa edaso ye ne ya nechi. Na ye police be mu na no na a gang initiation friends and issue. Che say or join a gang. Na gang no before be join no. They have to initiate you. So see when you want to join the gang. Take this gun, go to the mall, shoot 8 people. If you are able to escape, you can join the gang.
Okay.
And I said before you join the gang, say a white people's gang. Gang, Bemo second say Fako wobi, but men Fako wobi kako. The pakrene so you be because we are bro hates group nibi. Go and kill a black guy. If you can kill a black person, and you can join the gang. And be a video be by out. I will train mo Sebastian, train mo. Some guy be a Ukrainian asylum seeker be which is our case, Why anyway? Guy not or to train mo din. And a Ukrainian girl don't so no ebetna sits na ewe n'anim no ono so ti odin etini phone so and a black guy na a Ukrainian nature no sorry boko fast kind or the war girl no we couldn't free unprovoked onim wo bebia what you say intino most of them no a gang related issues way any near to ya down for asiedu no the only difference is that this one no munyina nante. And I want to say kind. Obi okọ we abodam. Omodam. Obodam ni kura usuro. Obi abodam okromo no hu kura usuro. What you say? Intino. Me be gina we so na mama mo amuti America, muti Canada. Mo amuti United Kingdom, muti Spain, muti Italy. So we and you're unique only to American people. It's you baby, especially before not so we are gun in you, so we be say uko trainer, make sure say sit na Ediwechi afam war and I want to so you can see whoever is coming after you.
Okay.
Mutien yepa, what's America chromo at yepa, and I'm very happy there. I have this opportunity to educate people. Who America Chrome work with train station say who for trainer. Don't stand closer to the rails, No, don't do that. Debiano make sure say baby Biano, you are standing in the middle of the platform now. Obi cross sumwetiko train bano obi sumwetiko crampo na unkonko to rails no so. And also happen pa. Baby who be Biano so no make sure say who will control over who is behind you, who is coming ahead of you, and whoever is standing by you. Debiano so don't join the crowd. Nipejina obebre na rush hour no. But money so obejina baby a wo space. I will be back. Ubetumi jina ho yie. And quite surprise. Ukofo basa. But what they say, anytime I be through Basibian, walk not the back seat, the last seat. Because what's the back seat? Obia mamit no with because the moment I will be just sit with you. Obi baba bet no with you know. The moment maza nipa konso wo sika wo kon ho so because what with you. Inti de bia no seat bi obetna so no. Make sure say seat no obi anti with you.
Okay.
Say seat no obi betumi abetna with you na enya available. Don't sit down. Gina ho ne so dadie no mu say. So that you can see around. Won't be over. What do you say? What point Juma? Won't drive. You don't drive in America. Ebi one your fault. Ebi one na yankata 70. You don't drive. Who point Juma na yanajo? Many who gangalia say area had here. Meaning maybe I met me a coffee. Because more boy baby proud now. They don't even live in that area. Gang for no be park car no. No more catch us si phone. O akwa no oba no. For 1 second. Ultimately 1 second ya share a base. Ya over join it. Inti no upu adwuma na ade asa. Ti se me baby a me ti me drive wimpo no. Se me pu adwuma na ade asa. Me adwuma parking lot no. Mitumi da car ni mu. Bi jesi so. Heat kakra also. Ma lock me doors no. Mitumi da kakra. E wo me adwuma e wo me kem. E me ewiem ebie kakra ansa ma be fie. Because baby I me drive na mobile no. Ebi wa metumi drive by 5 minutes. Mpo na me share car ba akumpo.
Okay.
But anything can happen. Internal advice to you, ne say. So it be at 6 months later when I'm YouTube, no be share video we here. But more than say we share video, we share this video, share this program. We share
also. Before you anti bro for no so. Anti chino.
Mu share video we. Mu teacher mu.
You remember about man I can bro for my.
What do you say? Say, be very vigilant. What do you say? Because I can't na about the air shadow. Now I got pay bucket. No boost you. Now you see what you are. I know you see.
Then I say, I can't now for buckets. No boost you with you. My men call yeah.
No, I think so. Baba. Baba, yeah.
I'm also
okay.
Yeah,
I'm saying you Ghana near your one second New York about so and one common a tree. Now, yeah, so this thing is seeing what a cabrante can and come to me to avoid such a situation. And so foot will be why to me now. Doctor take advantage of 2 and 4 things we should do, things we should be very careful of. Oba, I didn't know.
It's really.
I think you've seen the video, right?
Yeah, my whole video no. Nah, it's very sad. Initially, no guy in a barn so no. No, so in your vim so no so corners like what's up?
Trying to defend himself.
Just to kind of get him off him. But it's so sad. Nobody knows. Just say unim debesi wakwem. Empire Bonaja. Somebody will say their doctor and it's true. We have to be aware. You have to be aware of your surroundings. No one is safe. Just say we are in a different time right now. That area say into everywhere you go, even when you're sitting in a taxi, an Uber, always be aware. It's so sad saying sorry or juma. Who is to think that he wasn't gonna come home? Just say he had plans for the next day, crowns or so.
I know, right?
It's so heartbreaking. Minim what else he could have done. That's the thing. Minim what else he could have done to protect himself. But I think initially, no video now, guy in the ban is so now or corner so no. He could have just basically just ignored it. And then
move on. Yeah.
And moved on.
Yeah.
I think, when he acted like, he was defending himself. Now, later, he right after who said guy Nikuta Sakaino, a machete, that's when he started to run and he stumbled.
Yeah,
unfortunately for him. It's I guess my advice to you and say, and you're the Biana, you have to be in a obi attack a defense.
Yeah.
What you say, and you're the Bia obi provoke be nyabotre. Watch them vigilant. what's the word? You know what I'm saying?
Be vigilant.
Yeah, be vigilant, be very vigilant and be very careful. Or be provoked. Sometimes or be best shut up, be provoke you. Oh, or pro now or trying to provoke you to anger. And who here to retaliate? And who here learn to walk away? We have to learn to walk away. There me Yana said,
Oh yeah, Tonkapa.
okay. There me Yana said another thing. They said, okay, they may make what I'm thinking is a name.
Yeah.
What did he leave behind? What measures? And you tell me, I said we have to be because we pray, we leave and come back and be safe. Do you understand? But now I'm thinking, did he have measures even set in place? We shouldn't wait till BBBC and Sana. We have certain things set in place. Again, I'm resurfacing back to Lumba's situation. What's the while? You have to make sure that okay? Death is inevitable. Fifi, we will go anytime. Obi could die one sorry. We have to plan and put measures in place. Life insurance policies, living wills, power of attorneys, a whole lot of things. It won't create a mess for you later on. I'm saying this because, of course, I am a financial advisor. If you need to sit with someone to really organize estate, plan your life, put measures in place, I'm the right person to talk to. But it's very sad. I feel they raise funds for their family and them. But if we have certain measures in place, it's also it protects your family. And another thing, Fifi, we have to also invest in mace, pepper spray.
Okay.
That's something that I take around with me all the time because
I say pepper spray. I say my life be.
We shouldn't think about it that way. Even if a crime be crab attack you have your spray, your mace. And this is a man can lie. It's something that will protect you. Anything. Kindness or mace. At least it's a pepper spray that will delay the person's attack for a little bit. Hey, wait there. The matter of life and death, and there's no gender.
I know, right?
Fifi, there's no gender. Papa,
I know, right?
We always have to. If Bimukra are even licensed to carry, but all I'm saying is that you gotta protect yourself. Hey, sad. Any opportunity to me to really raise funds and kind of help the family out. Me who video being so and the daughter was crying, just unconsolably, just crying. Yeah. Oh, it's so sad. Just like Doctor said, kind what to play what to train play cry. What are you gonna do? But train taxi, even you driving. Not going out at late at night. If you are late at night, making sure you have the proper precautions around you. Mace is a good thing. Please carry a mace around you. Just to say the least. At least you could have a mace to cry. It will help you. But may his soul rest in peace, and may we all learn something from his demise. God willing, hopefully. Bonfire for the family as well. Again, put measures in place should anything happen. That's it.
Again, put measures in place should anything happen. Name Uncle Arevi.
Yeah, good. No back can be said pepper spray. If you put a weapon, you the pepper spray na bad na.
I never spray any crown, at least it will delay you some time. Okay. The eyes no who baby are attacking,
I love you, Charlie. I good because one, me mistake. Men fat like BB and Shem who said me pia kokro muti me di
Ah, na
bibi
me so cry.
protect.
Who else? Me enya nkwa ya nkwa.
More
Yeah.
tough guys, macho-ness.
Yeah, but I think that you also hear protection.
Yes.
And he said something like say pepper spray ya okay, me ma dream console down.
Debi.
And now
So na me say my line no. Obi a we say, remember that you pay for
because I know they spray the pana. Me say some me the gun shot me say me dey protect me. One day obi ba me kunu. Na dey me akoto atemu.
But pepper spray
you know. Me pet gun asem because abufo ko bana me ko mistake kokun obi a. Ba say pepper spray dey me dugu wani a. Say no dey me nkun. Ebe ma wani na fra within certain time I meet me adwane.
Yes.
There are things that Americans do them make quite yapa the whole world handle. Then is it here in yeah started yen chimakono name pen so en fra name pen small spray container be near the gum. I just say yeah they share.
Mommy family and show.
Yeah, show us.
And then my show the almost that you be on
yeah, I want baby.
Different
forms baby. Different forms baby. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Obasa need any barber chiro. Oh, yeah, barber chiro.
Minimum some to pepper spray now.
Oh, massa, a huge product around all over the world.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and you moko abanyamo mashada yeah. I mind peppermint and you moko ankasankasa.
Okay.
I say, a 2 a year gas. And gas, if anything. And your gas near friend say, go full crowd barometer and your gas near friend.
A mace. It's called a mace.
Maze, yeah.
Mediano is as tiny as this little thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the best time is keychain. So, like, you know,
it's
always in my purse. Into being a realtor, me could be fear and as I make a show a Diane. I always make sure that something like this I'm holding. Should anything happen, you know, oh papa, then no one's great.
Yeah, this is just
something small.
You just have to me ask the Wumia spray, no regular spray.
It's almost like police for when they're trying to contain the crowd or concert, and I said rally beer. Sometimes they spray them with mace or pepper spray. It weakens them because a coani is a gas to be a coani.
I said tear gas.
Tear gas.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Tear gas.
Tear gas.
It is as small as it can be.
And do any boy I?
Marketing.
It's not really expensive, but obia kutawea obia when was the way it's packaged and then different shapes. It be a shape like a lighter. It's different shape, and it's just compact. At least if you have a flashlight, and you have to make sure that you keep away from kids. You know, just keep it away from them. Yeah. But it's always in my car, not in my bag or on me when I'm going somewhere. It's a protective measure. If you also carry small pocket knife, it's not illegal. I mean, I don't know if it's illegal, but anything, pepper spray is the safest. It's just to scare somebody away from you. It is a I didn't me. Instead, so say call guy in the swan car, obi to me kutani BB just to distract him, spray him and run. Oh, if time permitted that, you know, it's rather unfortunate, but yeah. And if this is what it is, you're trying to miss.
And who be here pass will be a baby. And I'm not saying a doctor so air can say, oh, tana care more, and not train more, tana training at dinner. Sometimes there's a view on more becono, not bars on the crown. A chain I am.
Yeah.
Wrong. And you know, a year empire near Ossia boss, Yankushia or Bronson to send you cocoon your brain.
Yeah.
Because we have to know you want if a bonnet for hobby breast, especially in the bronze, me matna bronze open. And the mirrors will be able to see in that area. Bronze there. Baby anywhere you see. Maybe a safe can cry a 200 hot airco Jamaica for no harmony at there 235, 240, 260 a honor year bit can but bronze from 160 no money 140 no money a horrible area. Me New York, Bronx. any a pie me car glass car tape na me hu bi da America
Hey.
na me limit America kre bi ni ho na me say bi ni ho say
And that's the two times there. Almost two crop ties there.
Almost two for rims ni bibia be na
na me nim da because me kai Ghana na me nim say sa de no. And for the first time America you pie me car glass a two tape a shock me. And I'm so wow. And what in Nansea be so me quay or bronze, and the corner of my babet na Maryland, and me quay year or bronze. A year no parking space minyan a walking distance, bear say 10 minutes. In do 10 can me do a year na say. And also me call parking me car see train that day be as it. Ye call a year no 12. Ye pound 2:30 to 3 and free. Me ban so you break into my car. Omu yi bibia o kan including sabe brass amedi between me secret aqua family it say empaboa me dey call as a spare of fire spray ade bi eda me kai ma me use am aka ha and crowd fight just me nim dey no dey call the boy me that night ne say me nanti to the funeral grounds no and me friend obi on Maryland and I'm a Chinese so I feel no mabe do I feel na me kwa yi na sentin komodia mu na bibi e ba say meja me wallet atoka nim tana me kind to be kind me ka ma no na o tape o so ya o ja wallet atoka nim na sign off na am so baby amadu no de yi no hayya antino nya de a obi a be baka me say no ona o ma me pressure now wallet this no me dey atoka me dey to me car seat na se me if you be send the to car seat na o ma me pressure say ya there because you wallet obeka say nipa ne nim say ade ne besi pressure and me share pressure na no dey ma me na am so no ma me ko yi ena me catch us okay jala so me call back to the car ma ko fa me wallet ena me call back na ko fa wallet and yes sad dia wallet no so no na mo $200 won back my bank card, my driver's license, any credit card, and a shame no Kobenya advantage to media kuchichi and adjona a whole lot. And no save me at say me cofa wallet ne save me buy and me car that crash a car no come on honey adio but obi catch me say area honey be honey crack you know mommy for me car say obi na say me cry me mabio that night na me returning echo me crash if you other men call bronze bi no bronze baby a honey safe and one say Trump buy no crack down on the code DC near the on call bronze crime never bronze no and yet na me pedal Trump beba a soldier for na ko go say don ba DC ba be ye no e betimi ama crime no so e dey ati ko DC and see a crime rate with DC a cut down because of national guards at Trump and the call no tika say on betimi the same thing on bronze kebeboa o come Manhattan and this out and anami
and some house Manhattan 24/7 Manhattan 24/7
yeah na more than you upstate New York e 40 minutes to bronze hono na me dey me letters because say what the letter for bronze obeko fie no na item no on the ato no obi afa
wow
but on only hono say ade ekoto hono mo a me drive akofa me connect da ho obi anfa ne hono mo ana me dey me car akosi a obi de the car be pem me car na me ni ho car no kran say papa ne throw note e dey share me car na nim say or de the car na ba reverse no or dey pem me car it no tremi me friend no ba bronze sisa obedwane. You see, there are some places abroad there. Some question they be no. But there be a Spanish for any year to two for all. I want a crown rate in the doors of America. They make me a canon. Miniano, may his soul rest in peace. Hey, yeah.
Miniano, may his soul rest in peace. It's unfortunate sin and as an unfortunate situation. And I see and you expect to be to me, but I sometimes you know say Ghana, if it's America there, and I say developed world, crime in Sheda Yede, and you and I say crime getting we say. May I have friends or Kota, the Obano be a bow around the window, may run if he America we say hey you need them when you answer for window away bus. I wouldn't even about crowd if wouldn't about crowd. Yeah, you know when you know then as your sap park in the car or trying to no be you know my one the car no more.
Wow.
Nowhere is safe. Nowhere is safe. It's
They go to the
rich neighborhood.
The unfortunate thing is or tracking phone now on maybe a phone or for police force so mobile they are not able to do anything. That is also a funny thing because I remember sometimes back they did the same thing to Lisa, the African market. They went there to loot everything. Come on and record. They will call home and nothing. Me and a car. You be you if you unlock a car on the far bag nobody in our coy. Police need a who bag no the buy a can't say. May call home who police and as a who's our police look now. May bag anyone one in chair. Like I don't even know. It be me as my can say so who's your book on Africa had a free in a coy. See a 419 a free ha and the Chroma fraud there wahano is bigger than what happens in Ghana. The kind of fraud they do in this country, no. Minnesota, Somalia. Abrofo fraud Somalia for almost it is bigger and huge out there compared to the other a cost of Ghana. Baba anything. And now you is a higher heaven.
Because the Jewish people, there's this almost from they have so many kids, they are on food stamps, they are going to school for free. So the government don't see it all.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of criminal activities that goes on, but it's unfortunate. Yes,
it's unfortunate. Anyway, I mean, my last word. Doctor.
I'm ready to come back. Well, my last words in the MC mechanic in a tough and Matantano last topic here discussing here about safety. It will be my son.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, Master. Me, I'm a lawyer, no. Kasa efa visa somehow ni ahwe ni ade nyina no. It did not apply to me. Why? Because Masa, the moment I feel play with C, our America, our JFK. Before playing
my careful man as well.
Masa,
my careful.
Before I hostess who can be a play door. I'm a man who have got you on, bruh. So I thought I'm starting to say me careful. But yes, yeah, don't need me be any me say me crow me to me, Maza. Every time I buy out to say my best citizen. Still cramping, I don't behave like a citizen because Maza, we are naturalized citizens. We a bit me a Jeff in 7. Oh, you are not a born citizen, you are naturalized.
Yeah.
And then commit me a true application. I can just say, ha, who can throw you are a document, and also.
Yeah.
Which we have so much be now. In the same my citizen in me took na car no me be engine no na use so run me the hard dream. Why? Because my citizen in me hard dream. Into me nyame pay. E be obi be obi into me. Fita my main citizen be sita my citizen. Me suman say ahwe yi nkwa still show police. And you say me show just me am dey shame me who say me police dey encounter be other. Into me, police pulling me over that. Me since my drive Okroma, you pulling me over that. Obi my drive Uber Okroma pen. Police pulling me there. And I just say my me who ye. And just say, me ni problem. Me just say me nam way. I say me see me so be me who be a tuition who. Oh, just say that is my mentality.
Yeah.
So be nam who be no a tuition who. Into me how buy I can say nke emra no. Emra nipa no eye say no nka wanka se ne ho no se o ma menwane kura nko me fie a anka ba na oda shooting komu o
yeah self okokwe self defense
wo dia say me metumi me show obi langa chingelingi bema chese uframa bon kura no ko bofom kura mpo no oso be bu me meka chese yo mate wo di ntwa so me ko me fie sese a me nkasa ne ho kura komu a Obia wagan. Ain't you know, near me to me, I can say, and you know, beg Angalia, want to quit because you're training your Kogan and Yanko Nim and Copenco for being your Munkontapa. Oh, yes, yeah, by yet you come hey, dear. I want ma. I a bushia for Ghana when you die so. Me go party and you'll be uncle your argument. That wouldn't my dear when you came on the buy. Me nam chrome no be obi mammy middle finger. Me ran an crowd, me miniato Jane. And you want to make a chance and say, me so, it was them. Debbie, international year, no, my year from the beginning. Bessie and ne. Na me ye no so aboa me. Still am that she a citizen in free me nsa. Yen throw me chi. Say 2 days obi edidi matemu okuro. Me nya be hye me fia me hu bio. O ja se enti no. Me nua no mo America, Ghana for. No unless say wo ha ya wo ha na wo me die bi ye nyina ye ba ha e na nyame adum ye du bebi a ye duro ye a eya mo mani nkofom kakra enye boko entokwa oko supermarket obi the shopping cart epimo a man kasa oka sorry a na waje so no problem wan ka sorry a man kasa ko baby din because America kromo ano you soon than we think or we know. Yeah, make me a canon.
Let us say. I know if you last word.
My last word, near Doctor near Obaya can say, I say, Brano, or try to defend and answer retaliate. Me video no man share, dear, but say sad, yeah, and you're not on also or call for more violence. I say, could Johnny got Nipanu nim near a one home. Maybe say, me back room, I dear back, I'm a Shian and a Sanka can. So be tia me nice so cry. Me say, oh sorry. Me okase or me mani who say me ni problem and yes she because the pano unim na kwa argument. Kroma ubia otio she no and almost no. And the tia na almost fair no omu ni ma dia enye ebufu bibi kitu ebe na mubu afu. Me ba ha me ne Black Americans next sign pa o makoma nya ade a chese ye Ghana na ebu ye ni gusa nye omo no eyomo World Cup a chese e hye o makoma even so no kasa kra na ade bi na o sere kra ofo say eni nkwan say o sere
yeah
because ofo say o sere a wudi no baba ye so say de na ma bi atete say ade bi a enye so severe no ye nke ye normal ye but omo no omo hu sa ade no it is all ko ebia gathering bi na obi se ho apem na oh nya bo trema no ene ne yia no boko onko o drive no obi se bia wo bon careless no apanichao no asem the nasem ko but o try say on be road range issues obetimi di tuo every the kam akun okun a wakun free call for the rest of your life ye hu bio enti ye ma sebe ye so yakoma no enko for momra ye wa abonti ye share dem na se be ye hu dede and the ane ye share dem ba se pie kwa abonti a opposite side na any more communicating no omo reactions yen try to control ye de no say be ma yen go through similar incident enye hanko ana say ye nua we nko ana will go through saadi ya happy ye onkrofo bebre a omawu e wo niema kitinkiti bi hu bo sika be just $1 na obi ya tutu ni yakunu enye sika bia o obi also enye sika o but argument ni I want to say can yakunu and ya bonu tu ni yakunu enti no ye besre ye ma yakuma na mra from especially when we step out from the house opposite member na ye share no ye nim na ho boa wa boa ebia na wo de wo fu sa wo ho ye din but ebia no so no okura pepper spray o de begu wani be fra okuta seka o de be wo ebeku okuta tu obesutu ebetimi ade ahamu ti e be share then check him ya koma no before I step out especially if free bibrim ya bet aha no obi krom na sanka ka no all man also even though okuta kroma enkrata but oko down to some more browa baby ye fi no na o seta bia ye hwe ye dikro we momo attitude e chibia de bia ye be kwa kofa asaba bre na asaba no so ye konya omo no ye di mo mo chen ya ye fi outside African, say American. And also say ma yeni kosadi and hopa. Yeni omunya sema yen kama yebe come on because omukuni omodia. Yeah. All right.
Meda say Oba.
I kind of the same thing. Be aware of your surroundings. Learn to walk away. And also. But I think that with social media, the way social media obia person punky obi. There's a lot of videos where people are being punked and say just for the numbers, just to go viral. Sanya money nina is also high end. It's kind of distracting yang as a community. And be aware, protect yourself, know where you're going, know who the company you're in. There's so many kind of speculations going on about this particular death, but of course, the fast speculations and assumptions in your case. It's very sad, but we, our condolences to the family. Again, if you can invest in pocket mace, please do so. That's all.
Please do so. Na ebebo. Me ask papa ya mo nyina ase ene de mo fa nchen there's a little bit of a hitches na mama ya chakakra. Nyame ya domo da sene e beba back ne ya sha ase wo ye bre no. So bi se fa da mo nyina ase nyame hira mo.
And that's it.
Mr. Dawson.